The Thermoplex in Chicago, Illinois is our destination as your SFL Super Saturday continues here in an intriguing matchup to take place here between two teams that have been thereabouts in the opening 2 weeks of the season. Arizona fresh off a bye after a 1-point win over the Los Angeles Lycans at the convention in week 1. Chicago, meanwhile, have lost both of their games, but by 10 points on both occasions. Should be a good one, and alongside me to break down all of the action, it's been a chaotic 10 minutes for him, but he's with us now. John Warren, what's going on, and what are you looking forward to in this matchup tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to chaos. I mean, these are two teams that don't know a lot about themselves, I don't think yet. Chicago losing 2 straight to start the season, but against pretty good teams, and Arizona's win against the Lycans, the lowly Lycans, kind of eked out there. I really want to know what both these teams are made of, and I think by the end of today, we should know a bit more.
Both these teams had turbulent off seasons. Obviously, Chicago with the rebrand off of Seattle, but they had some changeover on both sides of the ball, and Arizona have got plenty of new pieces that they're still trying to figure out, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. But it will be the home Warriors who will get us underway in that red and gold combination, and the return will be fielded up at the 28. Start out for Type Attack, who had a rough game against Charleston last week, couldn't get a major score on the board until the fourth quarter in a consolation prize. But the run game was on for him once again last week. Could he unlock it again tonight? Twins off to the left. Patak will drop back, throws across his body. That isn't touched by anyone and is heaved over the back and incomplete.
Yeah, Patak has had kind of a slow season. I expect him to warm up a bit here. The run game needs to continue to improve week over week, and I think those receivers really need to do a lot more to help him out. Fenimore came over to help out the squad, and hopefully he could do something good.
Same formation, they'll move the previous target in Fenimore out to the left. Patak drops back, Doyle running a route, throws it to him in the backfield. He'll pick up 5. The rest of that Chicago offense, Type Attack again, the quarterback, the backs, Norman Gus, J.W. Doyle, Dean Jackson, the receivers, Kyle Fenimore, Ryan Arlovsky, Buchanan Simons, John Fullerton, Paulie Triff, the tight end of the line, Matty Mack, Kobe Beef, Jess Fullerton, and Dean Sullivan, I should say, on the line. Patak on the third down. He will throw it in the direction of Ryan Arlovsky, who could not reel that in, and it's a quick 3 and out for Arizona's defense.
Yeah, Type Attack had 2 balls there that looked pretty good. Obviously, that check down to J.W. Doyle was easy. I think that was the right target, just could not pull it in. It's not how you want to start the game, but there's still a lot of game left to play.
David Ruesch with the punt away. Arizona are going to have good field position irrespective of the return here from Donnie Hands. He will get it up to the 38. That's Arizona offense. Plenty of new pieces as mentioned, but quarterback Ashley Jackson returns as always. Brad Jones is the new face in the backfield next to DJ Moses, with Bismarck Wright at the fullback spot, Donnie Hands, Yayo Montana, and Hank Earl Troll, with TJ Punk as the receivers, Adam Grabowski and Will Todd, the tight ends. The line, Tina Begin, Patrick Kelly, Gene Benazzi, Igor Barbatov, and Charles Michael at the center position. 2 of those linemen coming over from Alamo City in season 22, along with Montana, Troll, and Jones. Jackson, handoff in the backfield. That is to Jones, and Jones has got space on the outside. Brad Jones has only got one man to beat up the outside. He's tackled after a gain of about 20. Hot start for Brad Jones out of the backfield, John.
Yeah, and it's just continuing from week 1. That amazing performance in week 1, 19 carries, 118 yards. 6.2 yards per carry was an enormous average for him, and boy, he is continuing that trend. What a hot start for Brad Jones this year.
Had 2 excellent campaigns with Alamo City since the start of this new era, but in a new uniform this year, and has not looked out of place at all on this Arizona offense. Ace trips formation to the bottom. Jackson, toss play on the outside. That one was read better by the line. And DJ Moses on that carry is pulled back by number 51 there in Sean Parent, and that will set up Arizona with a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, certainly not the same result from that Brad Jones carry, but DJ Moses is going to have an important part of this offense.
Bunch off to the left here for Jackson. Short drop back. She will throw it across her body. That's caught in the middle of the field by Hands, and that will be a first down after a gain of 15.
Donnie Hands is all hands on this play. Knew he was going to take a huge hit in the middle. Holds onto it anyway. Boy, that is just two cars in a head-on collision, and somehow he hung on to the ball.
Jackson now back on the move after the hold back 2 plays ago. They've got a fresh set of downs here on the precipice of the red zone. Handoff up the middle to Jones, and in fact it was Bismarck Wright, the fullback there on that carry. P. Fedor in company with Aaron Gooden there on that stop. Means it's only a gain of 1.
Wright himself averaged 4 yards a carry in that opening contest in week 1 too, so a couple options in the backfield.
Jackson throws again, and Donnie Hands has reeled that in with one hand. 2 catches on the drive now for Donnie, and Arizona's got goal to go.
Got goal to go, and what a one-handed grab here. Really living up to his name thus far in this game. Took another huge hit. That was Alex Bond. You don't want to get hit by him in the middle, but what a catch by Donnie Hands.
Arizona need 9 for a major score. Ace formation once more. Handoff up the middle to Brad Jones. Not quite as many as the first carry he had, but gets them a few yards closer.
No, but like you can even see the difference in burst between everyone in the backfield and Brad Jones. Brad Jones just has a really, really quick first step, really quick up to the line of scrimmage, and break through tacklers very quickly.
5.5 away from the red zone stripe. Now a handoff to Jones again, and the defense from Seattle is strong. Met there early at the line by Doug Day, and means it will be the same distance on 3rd down.
Yeah, stacking the box is not a bad plan against Brad Jones. Now, this is probably going to be in Ashley Jackson's hand. Not a bad quarterback to trust on 3rd and goal.
All 4 of Arizona's receivers on the field here. The handoff is faked, ran around. Jackson almost sacked. Caught in the back of the end zone. The composure from Ashley Jackson to find Donnie Hands for a 3rd time on the drive. And that is an Arizona touchdown.
I mean, Ashley Jackson could have done open heart surgery in that pocket. She just looks so cool, calm, and collected. It helps that Donnie Hands has had 3 miracle catches on 1 drive, and none more impressive than that one in the back of the end zone with 1 hand. What a drive for Arizona.
Darko Young looked like he had a sack for sure, but Jackson able to stand up and complete the pass at the back of the end zone. What a drive for Donnie Hands. And Arizona gets first dibs on the scoring. And just like that, you cannot give this Arizona offense much room. They've got so many weapons that they can hit you with. Chicago learning that the hard way early, but they'll get the possession back here. And kickoff not returned, and we'll go through this Arizona offense again, loaded with talent. Dede Sachs, Alex Constantine, Hunter Norwood, and David Tilley on the line. Sean Moore, J.R. Lawless, and Nathaniel Diggs, they all returned from last season. Bo Martin Jr., Terrell Davis, Ernest McRae Sr., Everett Garris in the corners, and the 2 new safeties, Rain Rie and Albert Begin. Attack throws across his body. That's a better throw from Type Attack. Fires it across to Buchanan Simons. The new face on this offense was quiet in week 1 despite the huge news around his return to the league, but he gets a hot start here.
That is another really impressive catch. We're just seeing a lot of really impressive catches. Buchanan Simons there knows he was going to get hit right in the back at the point of catch. Didn't matter, held on to it. That's the kind of help that Type Attack needs to stay in this game and drive the Warriors to a win.
Attack again on first down. That time, Arizona's
goodness.
Pressure gets home. There were about 3 defenders there in the area. And in the end, Nathaniel Diggs will get credited with the sack for a loss of 4.
Sachs got the first hit. He was going to roll off of that. Didn't matter. It was right into the arms of Nathaniel Diggs, who is just one of the hardest hitters in this league, and one of the leading tacklers for a loss so far, with 6 in one game 2 weeks ago. Really, really impressive player, having an outstanding start to his season.
4 wide here for Chicago. Need to make back the yardage lost on that previous play. Patak drops back. Good block on the outside, but it broke down in the middle, and Patak will take back-to-back sacks. This time it's the veteran Hunter Norwood.
Hunter Norwood getting the page, are not really necessarily a sack master, a really incredible run stuffer in the middle there, but got home to Ty Patak. That's 2 sacks in a row. That's not going to help the Warriors at all. They need to protect Patak if he needs to sling the ball.
Sack number 149 on the career for Hunter Norwood. Now a play off the play fake for Patak. Ran around from 1, and he's going to get nailed at the line of scrimmage there from Everett Garrison. Only 2 yards on the pickup there on 3rd down. And Chicago will punt it away once more.
Just what a sequence there for the Scorpions defense. Just getting to Ty Patak after that really great completion. Just no time for Patak to do anything with the ball.
2 drives and second punt for David Ruesch, and this one will be fair. Caught at almost the same spot that Haynes started the last drive. One of the backups for Chicago was hurt on that punt return. And we'll go through the Chicago defense. Connor O'Shaughnessy, Darko Young, P. Fedor, and Sean Parent on the line. Matthias Citron, Sabo Cannon, and Aaron Good in the linebackers. The corners came Magic, Derek Majors, Ricky Robinson, and the safeties Alex Bond, Doug Day, and Nate Hall. Ace trips formation again. This was successful on the first drive. Jackson on a short drop back. There was pressure around the outside, but she found Montana for a gain of 16. Great throw out of some pressure there from Ashley Jackson, and Yayo's got his first of the game.
You can just see what difference it makes to have a 12-year veteran in your backfield calling the shots. Ashley Jackson, one of the most well-respected and talented quarterbacks this league has ever seen. Pressure interface, doesn't matter. He gets that ball off perfectly to Yayo Montana.
Another raised formation this time. Receivers spread on either side. Hand off to the short side for Brad Jones, who will pick up a few on that carry. Chicago's defense, since giving up that early run to the outside, have been strong against Jones and Moses. That run being the best since that first run. And out of 9 jokers here. Another run you would expect this time for Moses on the right-hand side. Good block from right, but Moses couldn't catch it. That's another gain of 3. Sets them up with a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Moses just doesn't have that step to get, that next gear. He's got to find that next gear if he wants to, be a really big difference maker in this backfield. Brad Jones, obviously the bell cow. DJ Moses has a place, but he's got to learn to hit that next gear.
DJ Moses, of course, the MVP in season 20, now a second running back on this roster. That should tell you what Brad Jones is capable of. Jackson drops back, blocking up front was good, couldn't find hands though, so Chicago's defense locks in there for that possession, and Arizona will be forced to punt it away.
So, yeah, to your point, Chicago cracks down on the run, forces a 3rd. Ashley Jackson could not find the receiver. So good defensive sequence there for Chicago, who's going to get the ball back.
Sent away here on the far side. It's fair caught at the 10 by Kyle Finnemore, and Chicago will take over possession. So that's an important moment in the game there. Chicago gets a hold on that second possession, prevents it from getting beyond a single score in the opening quarter. See if their offense can get some momentum here on this drive. 2-3 announced to start the game for Type Attack. Shake that off here. Ran off the middle. That's a good pick up there for JW Doyle, and he gets 7.
That was a nice first down run there. Getting 7 on the play puts Patak in a nice situation with a lot of different options here on 2nd and short.
Running formation here, split jokers. Fullback will be motioned to the outside.
Wow.
Middle, he lost it. It was a carry. I'm going to try and work out what exactly happened there because the ball fell in front of a receiver there, and Type Attack took the scramble off a little quarterback sneak, and he lost it. That is not something you will see very often, ladies and gentlemen. Type Attack on a sneak, lost the football, and Arizona have recovered it.
That is a first for me. On an attempted slide, looks like the ball came loose, knocked out, fell in front of him. Arizona picked it up. What a bizarre turnover for Type Attack and the Warriors.
Chicago couldn't buy good luck if it were offered to them right now. That's about as crazy as it gets. Brad Jones on the outside again. Chicago's defense is strong against that run. Tackle made on the outside by Cannon. And just back to the same approach here defensively for Chicago. They know they can hold this run game. It's been the coverage across the middle that has really hurt them so far today. Ace formation, split receivers. Jackson in the pocket. Lovely throw that time. The coverage got there right on command. Play made by Nate Hall, and that means that Arizona will be set up with another 3rd and long.
That was a really, really good play by Nate Hall. Just attack right at the point of catch. Going back to that sneak call from Chicago, I like the play call. Type Attack can make stuff happen with his feet, but just what a strange mistake. Unlucky, and Arizona on a 3rd and 8 here. Let's see if Chicago can stand pat.
Bunch formation, Montana moved in motion. Look out for him. He's already had 1 catch so far in the quarter. Jackson rolls out, protection from Jones. Caught by you-know-who, Yayo Montana. And that's a gain of about 15 and a 1st down.
Those rollouts are killing Chicago. Just putting Ashley Jackson in space allows her to see downfield more easily. No one in front of her. The protection is set up perfectly. No pressure. She got Yayo Montana, who's having a great game so far.
Nice spread formation for 2 out of Chicago. Pressure up the middle here shown by Matthias Citron. He backs away. Jackson, short throw. That's caught. That was a little risky there, but found Will Todd on the catch, and he picks up 7 yards.
Let's go to the stats truck real quick. We're getting word that officially that fumble was forced by J.R. Lawless, recovered by Sean Moore. So that is recovery by Sean Moore on the inside of that linebacking core.
Jones up the middle. That's going to be a 1st down. That's a better run out of Brad Jones, and now Arizona have got goal to go. Chicago couldn't stop them last time they were here, so what is the approach here defensively with 5 yards away from your own goal line?
I don't hate the idea of stacking the box again and prevent that easy run from Brad Jones, but you got to put some pressure on Ashley Jackson and not let those receivers get enough time to run their routes.
On command, the pressure got there, and Moses will jump over the defense and go across the stripe. So a touchdown for DJ Moses on just his 2nd carry of the afternoon, and Arizona goes up by 2 scores.
DJ Moses, a touchdown machine in his career. That's his 133rd touchdown, an incredible touchdown scorer here down in the red zone. This is where he does his best work in his entire career. So smart move to give it to DJ Moses.
Cliff Allen, extra point 2 of 2 is good. And that ends the opening quarter here in Chicago. The Warriors find themselves down by 14 points to 0. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your play today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. Click the join the community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. This kickoff not returned by Kyle Finnemore, and that's where it will start here for Chicago. Need to wipe off the turnover, and again, as you mentioned, wasn't the most, it was a sensible play call because he got the first down type attack, and he just lost it on the slide. Not something you see very often, especially out of him, perennially known as the league's best mobile quarterback. We'll go back to it here, a handoff on the outside to Doyle. That time Garrison is right up in his face and stops him after only a gain of 1.
Doyle, though, is one of my favorite power backs. I just really like watching him play. It's only been his second season here with this franchise. Seattle, of course, last season, but really, really nice player. Can carry defenders with him.
Simon's motioned from one side to the other. Patak's going to throw it to the backfield. That's caught for a pickup of a couple there by the fullback, and means that he's stuck here, or Norman Gus rather, the second tailback on that reception, but he didn't get anything there. Odd spot there for Gus, unlucky not to get a yard or two. That means the type attack now will have to have a go from 3rd and 9. Attack drops back, gone again. Goodness. Third sack of the game for this Arizona defensive line, and it's a different player once more, taken down in the backfield by David Tilley, the opposite side tackle. 16 seasoned veteran gets one on the board, and now Chicago have to punt again.
Tilley, Norwood, Diggs, they all credited with sacks. DD sacks, got his hands on them. So type attack's just getting touched by a lot of different Arizona Scorpions.
Punt will be returned almost halfway. So again, the field position just continues to get better and better here for Arizona on the starts. Chicago have got to find a way to turn the tide here somehow. Especially given they've got home field advantage. It's easier to do that than if they were on the road against this Arizona unit. Something needs to shift in this quarter. Grabowski moved out in motion. Jackson, toss play outside Jones. Jones got past one, but not the second effort there made by Ricky Robertson, and that's only a pickup of 2.
Yeah, so Chicago does seem dedicated to stopping the run. Obviously, big run from Brad Jones, a touchdown from DJ Moses. They're not doing the best job, but they're at least getting a handle on it.
Ace trips formation once again. 2 tight ends and 2 receivers down the bottom. Handoff up the middle to Moses. Better defense from Chicago once again. They have not allowed much room up that middle today, and Sabo Cannon on that stop loses 1. That means that there'll be a 3rd and 9 for Arizona.
Yeah, Sabo Cannon just getting right in between that gap and wrapping DJ Moses up. So it's good second down play, setting up a 3rd and 9.
Jackson, roll out. Pressure was not there, and it's an easy pitch and catch there to TJ Punk for a first down.
Talk about threading the needle here. I mean, there were like 5 defenders that Ashley Jackson fit this in between. Just a perfect placement. Zone coverage. Nice job by TJ Punk running right in the middle, and the timing could not have been better by Ashley Jackson. Obviously a veteran, total superstar, future Hall of Famer. Say everything you want. Ashley Jackson just having an incredible game so far.
Jackson again on first down. Woo! This time, though, the pressure gets there, and Chicago gets a sack on the board. Darko Young that time didn't miss the assignment, and that play loses 4.
And Darko Young just sticking with it. Ashley Jackson, her protection's been good, so she's kind of been used to having time to have those receivers set up. Did not have the time that time. Tried to step up, make a move. Darko Young wrapped her up. just in time. 4-yard loss. Nice play by Darker Young.
Throw. Oh, and
wow.
An unlikely drop there from Will Todd on a super light tight end screen on the outside, and he dropped it cold.
Yeah, I think he was just looking upfield. He saw that he had a lot of room upfield, was like, ooh, here I've got 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 yards ahead of me, but you have to catch the ball first, Will Todd.
Something you see every day, one of the most secure targets in the league, Jackson. That one's picked! What a play! Across the middle, taken by K-Magic.
Yeah, Jackson kind of ran into an issue there, had a little bit of pressure in her face. I think she tried to thread this needle again. You could see right there, Connor O'Shaughnessy just right in her face. I think that forced the ball to a place where she couldn't really see it. That was a great play by K-Magic to set up and get his hands up to make that play. So really good job by K-Magic and the Warriors to turn that into a turnover.
Is that the play that just resets the momentum here at the Thermoplex rather? Patak drops back. That one incomplete, but Finnemore was hit early, and it will be a penalty flag here for pass interference. That's a much-needed play for Chicago because it gets them forward up the field just to halfway.
Yeah, rare example of PI that I think you and I could spot in real time in the booth. He just got hit way before the ball got there. We could see that from a mile away in full speed. So not a smart play there, but a really lucky play for Chicago. That's going to move the ball past midfield.
Finnemore tackled on suspicion there by Rain Rie. 3 wide here for Chicago. They're on the move here. Patak drops back. Pressure was well absorbed, and Rie nearly had an opportunity to make up for the last play, but he didn't see the ball, and it just falls away from him.
Yeah, type attack can still be a little bit jumpy. You can see the difference between a veteran like Ashley Jackson when she has that kind of position in the pocket and that time. She can be surgical with her throws. Type attack sometimes still forces throws into areas where he probably shouldn't. That was one of those examples.
He just looks a bit rushed at the moment. I think you're right. Attack drops back. That one was rushed again, and it's incomplete. That one was more obvious than the first one. Bo Martin Jr. dropped that one cold. Way overthrown from type attack, and you've got another 3rd down and 10, but you got to make sure you don't turn the ball over at a very minimum.
Yeah, Bo Martin going to kick himself. They didn't have his second pick of the season on that play. A lot of pressure in type attack's face on that one. I think that's what forced a bad throw.
Wide here for Patak to throw to. Line has got to stand up. Patak. That's a better pocket. Throws. Whoa! What a pick from Everett Garrison. And going back in the other direction, that's your Retroid Nice Hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Better Retroid Pocket 3 Plus in your hand and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23.
Garrison laying out like he's playing Ultimate Frisbee. That was ridiculous. And then the return with the spin move to get type attack to miss. You love picking off a quarterback and then making the quarterback miss a tackle. I don't know if there's any better feeling for a secondary player in the world than making the quarterback miss the tackle on a return of an interception. Unbelievable play.
Mount Everett has been strong in run coverage, but he can make a play on through the air as well. Jackson throws across her body. That's caught for a 1st down to TJ Punk. That's his 3rd catch of the game, and Arizona right back to it.
Yeah, Punk and Montana both having really good games so far. Just clean route running for Punk. Punk is just one of those players, such deliberate and decisive route running. Gets open. Really good play by Ashley Jackson to find him in stride.
Jackson now well and truly on the move. They're up over the 40-yard line, but that's a throw.
Wow.
Picked off again. Jackson's got 2 interceptions in a row, and Chicago get the ball back almost immediately there. Derek Majors, the former Portland Fleet secondary member, he gets an interception on the board.
And the common denominator between those 2 interceptions, there's pressure in Ashley Jackson's face. So I think what we're seeing is Chicago, yes, setting up to stop the run, but when they got to that point, they're going to force Ashley Jackson to make more throws. They're getting in her face more. So this defense nicely making adjustments, making Ashley Jackson force some throws, committing 2 turnovers. That's really unlike her. So Chicago in business here. Let's see if they can hold on to the ball.
Attack, drops back. That time pressure was on her. Almost a pick, identical to the last there. Rie that time with that diving sort of swan dive interception attempt. But it's been an unusual performance from Chicago. It's normally their defense that is their, I guess, not so better half. It's normally the offense that is their better half in these games. But today, it's been the inverse. Their defense has done a really good job on this Arizona unit, but their offense has struggled to move the ball. Got to try and get that around. Another opportunity to swing the momentum back in their favor. Offset eye here, Twins to the bottom. Patak, drop back, rolls out to the outside. There's no one there. Patak just keeps going, and Patak will eventually run it to himself. He thought he was going to do that for ages, but waited a little bit longer to see if the play would develop. It didn't. And he takes the gift 2 yards.
Hunter Norwood could smell a second sack, but Ty Patak heard the footsteps, took off, only getting 2 yards on that play. But wow, good protection until it wasn't. And it's a 3rd and long again for Chicago.
Third down and 8. Simons moved in motion. Patak will drop back again, runs away from the pressure on the edge. Patak throws. It's incomplete. Too much on that one there to try and find John Fulton. That one wasn't easy money, and it will be another punt here for this Chicago unit. They just cannot get the momentum that they normally would have through the air today.
You know, it's strange. I mean, Patak almost looks more comfortable in chaos. When he's got that rollout and all the time in the world, he's not able to find these receivers downfield, which is kind of the opposite problem for Ashley Jackson.
Arizona's secondary unit has done a fantastic job today, and Arizona will have position again. But Jackson, meanwhile, needs to settle things down a touch. She's had her last 3 passes, 2 of them have been turnovers.
Well, they've gotten away from the run a little bit, which is a little surprising. So, see what they dial up here.
Chicago have been good against the run, and that's a familiar sight. Run up the middle, shut down immediately by Aaron Gooden. Again, a trips formation, pressure on either side here. Chicago showing a blitz. Arizona's going to change up the formation here. No adjustment from Chicago. Jackson drops back, pressure up front, dropped off, and it's a throw to the outside, caught by TJ Punk. That's reception number 4 for the veteran wideout. He's kept everyone else pretty quiet in the remainder of this first half, and Jackson, that's a much better throw.
Yeah, Chicago showed blitz there. Those linebackers actually backed up into coverage. Ashley Jackson then had to use that clean pocket to find the receiver. It was a really nice conversion.
Pressure again on the outside. It's a run up the middle, and that blitzer got there on the play. For DJ Moses, that one picks up 4.
I like the idea of doing more delayed handoffs to these backs because I think they can get into space and make some folks miss, but, you know, feign the pass first, maybe put some confusion in Chicago's head.
And off straight up the gut to Bismarck Wright. There's a flag down on this one. And
there's a face mask.
Face mask there, presumably against the defense. Here it was Aaron Gooden, the interior linebacker there on that play. And worth noting, Bismarck Wright was a running back last season in his rookie campaign. Has not looked out of place there at the fullback spot. It's not normally a conversion that bodes well so early into its lifespan, but Bismarck Wright has looked great today. Speaker Wetch, Brad Jones gets behind him and picks up a first down.
Arizona getting back to the balance that they're really known for, having a strong running game, having a strong passing game behind Ashley Jackson. When it's too unbalanced, you get into some trouble, and this is the kind of balance that I think this team needs.
Hand off middle, DJ Moses this time picks up 5 on that carry. And Arizona just checking back into this run game here.
Yeah, I think they see the writing on the wall. Like, Chicago really hadn't been able to move the ball, so I think they figured, hey, if we can just control the time, we're up by 2 scores. I mean, if we keep getting good field position to start, we can put up field goals and be okay with that. I think that's what they're giving up on, you know?
No panic required. Great block from Bismarck Wright. And Jones will pick up a first down off that 6-yard carry. And this is way more comfortable for Arizona. 2-minute warning. Here in the opening up, Arizona with possession of 14-point lead. A trips formation here for Arizona. Pressure on either side of the defense for Chicago once again. Hand off straight up the middle to Brad Jones, and that's a better tackle there. That's only a 3-yard pickup for Jones, and we'll head back to League HQ for a game update across the other side of this block.
Thank you, Jacob. Los Angeles was in control of this game in Nashville 13-3, but Nashville making a comeback. Switch thumper hits Joe Beasley for the 22-yard touchdown, and Nashville just got an interception, 13-10 halfway through the third. Back to you, Arizona, in the red zone.
Interesting game on the other side of this block. Los Angeles looking to keep their winning form going against the new expansion team, Nashville. Meanwhile, a carry to the far side for DJ Moses picked up a first down, so Arizona have got a fresh set of downs here. 14 away from the end zone. Montana moved across. Hand off short side. Great run off the edge there. And it's a loss of 3 there for Brad Jones. Tackle made in the backfield by Darko Young.
Yeah, that play got blown up right at the point of the handoff. So good read by Chicago, knowing what's coming. Sets Arizona up for a second and long.
For Wine here, TJ Punk moved in motion from right to left. Jackson, short throw to the back. That's caught by Will Todd for a gain of 2. He has had great reception today. Will Todd, that's the second time he's been targeted on that outside screen. He caught it that time. And it will be a 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Chicago desperate for a stop here. At least walk into the halftime break down only 2 scores. Keeps the game open. Punk in motion. Roll out off the play fake. Jackson throws. It's caught wide open in the end zone. There to make the play, Hank Earl Troll. And Jackson has got 2 in the half. What a half for Ashley Jackson.
Just these rollouts. We've seen those rollouts before when there's no pressure on Ashley Jackson's face. She's just got all the vision in the world to see these. I mean, that was just too aggressive there by Nate Hall, trying to go for the interception. Needed to just stick with the ball. Instead, it's Hank Earl Troll with the touchdown. Arizona up by 3 scores here before the end of the half.
So Fallon on the kick up the extra point, and now Chicago are looking at a 3-score deficit at least heading into the second half. Makes it difficult, but a halftime adjustment can always fix some things in this league, and it's
Absolutely.
Again, it might be a 3-score win. Who knows? I'll have one more swing at it here. We've decent amount of time left on the clock as well. We'll see if Type Attack unlocks the playbook a little bit here. Turn from the end zone. We'll be up past the 10 to the 9 is where Finnemore is stopped, so decent field position. They need 70 yards for a major score here with just under 50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, nice return here by Finnemore. Finnemore was really a special part of the Atlanta Swarm for a long time. Came over here to the Warriors, trying to make his mark. Looking to be maybe that second or third target for Type Attack in this offense. They've got some good weapons here. Type Attack has got to be able to utilize them, though.
Offset I, pro set. Receivers on either side. Attack draw up here late in the half. He drops back here, sacked up the middle. That's number 4 for Arizona's defense. Type Attack has been murdered up the middle so far today. That's the second for Hunter Norwood.
That's the second for David Tilley, actually. I mean, both of those defensive tackles. Both those defensive tackles, big, mean, strong, and getting to the quarterback. Just a feast here for Arizona.
Wouldn't put it past Hunter Norwood to get a second tonight to get him to 150 on the career. Handoff this time on the outside. Little pitching catch to Kyle Finnemore. That gets 5. And Chicago in no mind to stop the clock here.
It looks like they're going to try to get a play off.
They will. So Attack will have a go here. He runs. Don't lose it, Ty. He takes the handoff there and picks up about 6 there. And that ends the opening half. John Warren, let's take a quick halftime break presented by Breaks GPT. After that exciting first half for Arizona, Chicago needs to make some adjustments to get back into this one. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about a 21-point game, you might be thinking, well, Chicago's defense must be in trouble. I really don't see that as being the issue here. I see the field position game is giving Ashley Jackson and the Arizona Scorpions short fields. That is not helping. What is really killing the Warriors is a totally anemic offense. Type Attack not really being able to target anyone downfield, not having enough time to do that. And when he does have time, he's missing throws. The backfield's not doing much for him either. This offense has got to get themselves in check for the second half if they want a chance. The defense is actually not the big problem in my view.
Absolutely. Plenty of room for adjustment for Type Attack in the second half on offense. Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. Return up the middle. Arizona's going to start with possession here, and TJ Punk on that return gets it up past the 30 to the 32. But Chicago didn't do a whole lot wrong on defense in that opening half. They got a couple of turnovers off Ashley Jackson. They did what they could. Their offense had plenty of opportunities on the field to get something going and just couldn't find any momentum. So I wonder if the halftime break there presented by Breaks GPT is what will give Chicago the opportunity to break that momentum. Jackson here with Jones in the backfield, twins off to the left. Hand off to Brad Jones, met at first point of contact. They needed more there to make that play, and it will be a pickup of 3 for Jones.
Yeah, Chicago, when they're able to breach that front 5 of the Arizona offensive line, good things happen for Chicago, whether it's stopping the run or putting pressure on Ashley Jackson. If they can get that to continue, I don't feel too worried about this defense. It's the other side of the ball that has more problems.
3 blind here again for Jackson. Todd on the near side. Moses, great tackle made in open play though. That stops him dead in his tracks there. Nate Hall on that play.
Yeah, good run-stopping secondary here for Chicago. They're just good tacklers, good at wrapping up and making sure the extra yardage is not there.
get a stop here. Jackson throws. Montana caught pretty much the same way that he was targeted for his first catch. That's his second of the game. He's been quiet tonight, but he gets it done when he's called upon. And Yayo Montana gets the first down for Arizona.
And look, they rushed 3. I mean, the issue for Ashley Jackson is almost never finding a receiver when she's not being pressured. It's the opposite. You have to pressure her, and then she doesn't have enough time to figure that out. But only rushing 3 is not going to get it done.
And off at the middle there to Jones, stopped by Gooden at the line. In fact, it was Moses on that carry. And you're absolutely right. You wonder why Chicago would move away from what worked for them in the opening half. Again, generating that pressure up front was what was forcing Jackson to force her hand. And resulted in some turnovers for their defense. Toss play outside. Doug Day all over that one. Great chase down from the safety. And that will set up Arizona with another 3rd down and 10. That gets the home crowd into it.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of this game, when Brad Jones had that big breakaway run, I really thought we were in for a big day for him. Instead, Chicago's just been outstanding against the run since that first big carry.
Cannon showing pressure on the far side. They got 3 up front, but you feel like they need a blitzer as well.
Oh, they backed up again.
Here. They don't. They backed off, but it's a tip over the back by Aaron Gooden. That forces a stop, so it still works out in the end for Chicago. And that's the early play they needed on defense.
Yeah, that was a great play. I'm going to say by Aaron Gooden. He backed off of the rush and actually ran back to that zone with enough time to get his hand up. So that was, I think, a really great individual effort by Aaron Gooden.
Chicago have got to break the duck here. Good field position off the punt will help. It will be fair caught at the 20, so it's not the worst result in the world. Finnemore there, but it's just interesting to see what changes here out of the playbook here for Chicago. They could not get anything going. A couple of carries for JW Doyle looked okay. If they open the run game up a little bit more here, they were very pass heavy in the opening half.
I would test this line for run stopping. I would hand the ball to JW Doyle and see what happens.
Attack drops back, throws across his body. That's incomplete, and Rang Rie overran it there. The tip off Buchanan Simons was there for the picking, but Rie couldn't get to it.
Yeah, both check down options in the flat were actually probably good choices if Patak had looked over there instead. Threw it in the middle, and the pass is broken up.
Pro set again, and Patak's just been looking for his key targets pretty much all afternoon in Simons and Finnemore. Handoff on the outside. That's caught in the backfield. It's only a pickup of 1 potentially there. Paulie Truth subbed in on that outside. He gets the catch, and it will set up Chicago with another 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long has not been Chicago's strong suit today. Patak, this is usually kind of his panic and let's see what happens down.
Patak drops away. That was thrown into double coverage, and the result was as expected. As soon as you saw where it was going and the amount of population, I guess you could say, that was there of that Arizona defense around that player, incomplete, and Chicago will punt it away once more. Patak just not making the right decisions with his throwing arm. And Ruesch, the leg's got to start to be getting tired at some point. Punts this one away, gets decent range on it, and at least pins Arizona inside their own half, but it's once again excellent field position.
Well, we saw Chicago kind of stiffen up at the end of that last Arizona sequence. Let's see what Ashley Jackson, again with short field position. This has been a key all game. We're already close to midfield. That's been the difference maker so far.
I wouldn't say a punt is the be-all, end-all here, but a couple more possessions like that, and another run from Brad Jones on the outside. That's been where the success has been for Brad Jones today. A run to the outside. They've tested the middle a lot of this Chicago defense, but as soon as they go to the outside, that's where the money is. Great block on the edge there from Grabowski, and that allows Brad Jones to pick up 13.
Yeah, Sabo Cannon, just an incredibly talented closing linebacker, closing speed, really impressive. He was pretty much what was standing between Brad Jones and a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. And up at the middle, see what I'm talking about. DJ Moses up the middle. That's stopped by Chicago straight away. So the approach defensively has been quite obvious from Chicago and has been successful at certain points, but it hasn't been enough thus far today. Twins to the left to Jackson. Pressure potentially up the top there. Maybe Punk in motion. Drops back. Jones out of the backfield picks up 4 on that play and sets up Arizona with another 3rd down.
I half expected with the look that Chicago is showing, I expected them to audible out, actually toss it to the weak side to Brad Jones to see if they could get something on the outside, but instead it was a handoff to the middle.
4 from 7 and 3rd down today. Make it 5 from 8. Great catch made there in some traffic from Yayo Montana. It's his 3rd of the game, and actually Jackson converts and keeps Arizona's drive moving.
You know, Jackson's been making great throws, but let's also talk about the catches here. I mean, just really, really nice plays by Donnie Hands, Yayo Montana, and TJ Punk. Good catches. This is the kind of help that Ty Patak is not really getting on the other side of the ball.
Once again, ace formation, toss play outside. Jones gets through 1, not the 2nd, and they bring a wave of contact there to Brad Jones, but it's still a 5-yard pickup for the veteran back and keeps Arizona moving in the right direction. He's got just shy of 70 tonight. Again, 42 after contact. That's in line with what we've seen so far this afternoon.
A lot of those yards are on 2 carries, too.
Absolutely. Joker's formation there. A carry for DJ Moses, who's been quiet tonight outside of the touchdown. Brings up a 3rd and short here for Arizona. Jones in the backfield once more. Handoff, short side, plenty of room for Brad Jones, and he picks up a 1st down. They'd all dragged him down before he could get any further, but Arizona once again has goal to go, and so far today, John, they have not missed when they've gotten to this range.
No, and suddenly Chicago's defense looks a little tired too, which is not good, not a good sign for Chicago, especially in the red zone, where, like you said, Arizona has just been lights out.
And up the middle there on a run for it wasn't Bismarck right there on that carry.
No, it was a backup fullback, Nicholas Lucci. Maybe the first and last time we'll call his name tonight.
Bismarck's back out there now in the fullback spot. Potentially needed a breather. He'll get the blocking assignment here for Brad Jones, who runs it into the end zone and gets a well-earned touchdown. And now this lead for Arizona is unassailable.
Yeah, it feels insurmountable. I hate to say that still in the 3rd quarter here, but Chicago's offense has just been so anemic all game. I don't see how they can make up a 4-score deficit here. Really, really nice job by Arizona. Those drives where they've got about half the field to go, they've just been dynamite. And like you mentioned, once they get into the red zone, it's game over.
What a performance from Arizona. Besides the 2 turnovers from Jackson, they have basically been perfect. Their red zone efficiency excellent once more. And Chicago just have not been able to get anything going against them defensively. It has been a standout performance today from the Scorpions. Fallon to kick this one away. Not returned there by, looks like Norman Gus at the front of the end zone. How many likes do we have on the video so far? I've got no idea, but it's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on as well so you don't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. You'll get tags later on. We've got 2 more games upcoming tonight, and then a full slate of games on Sunday, and of course Monday Night Football as always. 2 days away. That throw from Patak is incomplete, looking for Finnemore.
Yeah, with Arizona's first win for 1 point against the Lycans, we didn't really know what the Lycans are made of. They're, by the way, down 11 now in their game against Nashville. I was surprised that Arizona did not win that game by more, but it was a tough divisional battle. Arizona looks a lot better in their second game.
Goes again here. Set eye. Simon's got bowled over there on the play, and a run for Doyle. Picks up 6. I mean, you mentioned that you like JW Doyle. He's had 3 carries today, and all 3 of them have looked okay. So they really have gone away from that run game completely, which is a complete inverse of what they looked like last week.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think Doyle is talented enough to get more carries than he's gotten.
Veteran presence. That one finds Arlovsky, and finally a completion for Type Attack. It's been a real rough game for him today. Looking at those stats, he's 5 from 15. He's picked up only 30-odd yards on those 5 receptions as well.
That was just a good post route. Got in behind that corner. Nice throw by Patak.
Patak throws outside. That one for Fullerton. Finnemore on that carry. I'm going to get his name right once. For some reason, my brain just stops working every time I see him. I know who it is, but I forget the name. But again, he was double covered on the outside, and Patak still threw it to him, so he's trying a bit too hard today. Type Attack to fire it to certain players on his offense. Finnemore in motion here. Attack drops back. Blocking up front was good. Throw across his body. Caught by Finnemore. He breaks the first tackle, not the second. He will be credited as a 4-yard pickup.
Finnemore was looking to break that thing open. He really had a lot of daylight from him after that first broken tackle, but was wrapped up from behind. So nice play by Arizona, preventing something bigger from taking place.
Attack drops back. That's through hands there. Almost picked off on the play, and it'll be a 4th down upcoming for Chicago.
Yeah, almost picked by Bo Martin, and Chicago is going to punt this away. I don't know what they can do. Obviously, going back to the run game is really tough when you're down by 4 scores. Feels like maybe too little too late to even try that, but the passing game is just not there for Type Attack today.
Mercy rule in play here. I'll punt it away once more off of David Ruesch, and it'll be caught. Good chase down there. Prevents Donny Hams, who's been quiet since the opening quarter. I don't think he's caught the ball since the opening quarter. He was the one that had the hot start for this Arizona offense with that touchdown that opened up the scoring. Hasn't been cited since outside of special teams. It's all come from other sources today for Arizona. Montana in motion. Jackson, handoff short side for Jones. Picks up 1 yard on that pickup.
Arizona can pretty much just run this thing out, I think. I don't think they really care about running this thing up. And it's also the worst field position they've had off a punt all day.
There you go. Interesting one for you there. And
I'm looking for silver linings, you know.
Hand off up the middle for Brad Jones. That's a 1st down. That's his best run, at least up the middle. His success has been on the outside, but that time he broke the inside of this Chicago defense, gets him up over 90 yards.
Yeah, he's going to try to break the century mark again. That'll be 2 games in a row. He's having a really, really good start to his season. Not the kind of home run hitting average from last game, but still a really impressive performance for him.
118 in that week 1 performance against LA on excellent efficiency. And from the far side here on the toss play, gets nothing from Moses. Stopped there on the play by O'Shaughnessy. Trips on the A's formation here to the bottom. Jackson on the center, hand off up the short side to Brad Jones, is met by some heavy pressure there up the middle. Play made in the end by P. Fedor on that tackle. Sets up Arizona with a 3rd and long. And we'll get that play after our 3-quarter interval. 1 to go here. Arizona looking to ice an excellent performance here on the road against Chicago.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Final quarter here at the Thermoplex here. Chicago down heavy against Arizona. Jackson on the 3rd down. She'll rush, and he's met straight away. Good defense there, preventing her from breaking one downfield. And Chicago will get the football back.
Well, could this be the beginning of a historic comeback for the Chicago Warriors? Got an entire 4th quarter. They're going to get the ball back. We'll see what the type attack can do. He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Stranger things have happened here in this league. Time's certainly not on their side now, with the margin being what it is, but certainly an opportunity to take some positives into next week, especially given they're going to be staring down the barrel of an 0-3 start. So momentum is everything at the moment for Chicago. They need some kind of draw card. Patak drops back, throws across his body. That's caught. Better play on offense. That time finds Finnemore on the fly.
Now that's individual effort, getting in front of that defender and saying, nah, this is my ball. That was a really, really well-defended pass, but Finnemore just doing the work to get the position right, to get that catch in, secured, and a 1st down.
Patak drops back, throw to the backfield, caught by Doyle. He's slumped behind the line of scrimmage there by Ernest McRae Sr., who hasn't had much to do tonight. But his part of the field hasn't been targeted much at all. To play there on defense, tackle for loss to his name. I have had Paulie Truth in the backfield at fullback quite a bit today. No Dean Jackson. So they have got a natural fullback, but yeah, haven't used their natural fullback a whole lot today. At least not as the fullback. That throw caught across the middle, caught by Ryan Arlovsky, finished off there by Bo Martin Jr. And again, worth noting, I mean, the Chicago unit will be facing Pittsburgh on the road next week, who haven't played yet, but they too are 0-2 as of today. They play on Monday night against Charleston. Chicago needs something to take into that matchup, something that they can pull out of this playbook that works. Patak throws across his body. That's incomplete. Bo Martin Jr. could have had 3 interceptions today. He's dropped all 3 of them, and that will be a quick 3 and out for Arizona.
Yeah, but Bo Martin might lead the league in almost picks this season if he keeps this up. That was another great play. He probably should have had it, but nonetheless, they're going to get the ball back.
I hope to be a fly on the wall in the film room next week with Eddie and Bo Martin Jr. That's a conversation I'd love to see. Punt fielded there at the 25 by Donnie Hands, and that's where Arizona will take over once more. They've got an interesting matchup themselves in week 4. They will go back to the desert to host the Mexico City Aztecs. That should be an interesting one. Aztecs have started the season off quite well. They're 1-0. Yet to play this week, of course. Montana from right to left here for Arizona. Could they pile it on a little bit more here? Handoff on the short side. That's getting nothing there. Chicago have been okay against the run today, especially given what we know what this backfield is capable of. I mean, you look at the two names that are there, and it's sort of not a bad result that they've held them collectively to around 120 yards as of right now, given the volume that they've gotten today as well. Hand off at the middle. That will pick up a decent chunk of yards because Mark Wright has looked strong in those fullback dives. He picks up about 5.
Yeah, and how nice it is for Arizona to have such a reliable back to be able to say, hey, we need 5 yards right now. We need 4 yards right now. We need 6 yards right now. Wright has been that guy and been a really big part of this backfield so far.
When you think about it, they've got essentially 3 running backs, and one of them just happens to be comfortable playing in that fullback spot. It's a bit of a luxury for Arizona. That handoff on the left-hand side to Brad Jones picks up a first down, keeps the clock moving and the drive rolling.
Brad Jones very close to that century mark. That is going to put him at 98 yards. He gets just a couple more. He'll have his second in a row of 100 yards or more.
Pretty impressive. He's eclipsed 200 yards to 100 yards 2 weeks in a row. That's a carry from Moses, picks up 6. And he too has been strong when called upon. Obviously had a touchdown. Both of those backs have a touchdown today. But it's certainly a massive feat for Brad Jones to be able to hold DJ Moses as the effective backup in the operation here in Arizona. Hand off to the short side. That's the century for Jones. Could be a good more as well. He runs outside his tackle out of bounds by Nate Hall. But that's plenty more than what he needed to get over 100 yards today.
Yeah, a huge run for Brad Jones. Really nice. Look at that juke, just putting that defender on skates. Enough to get that extra about 7 yards after making that move. So really impressive day for Brad Jones. It wasn't always easy. I mean, that average is way down from last week's game, but it's still a really nice performance for Brad Jones and this Arizona offensive line.
Put him in now. He will eclipse his week 1 total, albeit not on the same efficiency. He loses 1 yard there on that play. I think it was Moses on that carry. And again, not just the rushing game, we've talked about that strongly today, but their receivers and pass catchers have been outstanding as well. TJ Punk, another strong performance. Montana was strong when called upon. There you go. It's been a while since Brad Jones has hosted back-to-back 100-yard games, and it's been difficult to do in this era. Run defenses have been outstanding across the league in this 4K23 era, but now you've effectively got a running back who's been able to break it down. Jackson throws across their body. TJ Punk's got another one. That was a really good catch from TJ Punk and some pressure.
Free safety Alex Bond just teed off on TJ Punk, but Punk held on to the ball. Really impressive. Punk has been, I think, my most, I know those catches by Donnie Hands were really impressive, but TJ Punk, the most consistent receiver for Ashley Jackson today.
Something absurd there. LA was up 13-3, and the Nashville have scored 35 consecutive to go 38-13 up. So LA have just completely let go of the rope in that game. Not sure what's happened on the other side of the block, but Arizona have had the stranglehold on this one for the whole afternoon. As a run for Brad Jones, net 6 there on the outside. That brings him up over his week 1 total. And just a flawless game plan for head coach Eddie Gage today on both sides of the ball. There's not much you can do when a veteran head coach gets it absolutely right, which he has done today with the specialty unit that he's got. Handoff on the outside, Moses picks up a first down, so both backs getting their numbers up here late in the game.
Yeah, the only period of this game where Arizona looked iffy is that when they kind of got away from their balanced attack, decided to go pass heavy, even in the face of some coverages and blitz packages that weren't always advantageous. That's where we got those 2 picks from Ashley Jackson. But besides that, those 2 short drives, Arizona has basically played flawless football today.
Back up fullback again. Bismarck Wright needed the pickle juice for this play. He's had plenty of attention as the lead blocker on this offense and has done an outstanding job. Jones on the outside picks up just a yard there. O'Shaughnessy once again strong in the run defense column as we head under 3 minutes to go. This is one of the longest drives in SFL history here for Arizona. This has basically sucked away almost the entirety of this fourth quarter clock.
Yeah, Arizona just deciding not to even entertain the idea of a comeback here. Just control the clock completely and hop on a plane and get out of here.
Jacobs formation here. 4-3 defense out of Chicago. Jones got away from one. If it was Moses, he's the one with the orange arm sleeves. And Gooden stops him right at the line of scrimmage. Sets up Arizona with a 3rd down.
It's one of the better runs you'll see to get 0. A really impressive 0-yard run there because DJ Moses had to spin out of that tackle in the backfield. Nice job by him to at least get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Final on the other side of the block. LA got a touchdown on the board before time expired. That one ends 38-20 to Nashville. Don't go anywhere. We've got 2 more minutes of this one, and then we've got 2 headliners upcoming at the end of this block. Tyler Falk and Brett Solberg will bring you Indianapolis at Mexico City, and Ethan Muslin and Anthony Ellison will bring you Motor City at Lexington. 2 good games to finish off this block here tonight on your SFL Super Saturday. That handoff up the middle to Brad Jones picks up a few, and that will force a timeout here.
Might see a Cliff Allen appearance for the first time.
Well, he's kicked all the extra points.
He's kicked all the extra points.
This will be his first 3-pointer of the night. It'll take Arizona up over 30 points. Gets it up and through, and now Arizona have got 2 minutes to try and complete the shutout. And correct me if I'm wrong, John, I believe it's the third, it would be the 3rd shutout of the season. We had 1 in week 1, 1 in week 2, and we'll have, presumably, pending something miraculous here out of Chicago, 1 in week 3.
Yeah, we had Albuquerque shutting out the Night Wings, the Toros shutting out the Skyhawks. You're right, we had a couple so far. This will be our 3rd.
Fenimore up over the 30-33, and Week 3 continues tonight, as mentioned, but it also continues tomorrow. 4 more games upcoming, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on SFL YouTube, where Minnesota will try and slow down the 2-0 Baltimore Vultures, plus Vancouver against Canton, Queen City against DC, and Bossier City against Denver. It's another doubleheader, SFL Sunday night here on SFL YouTube. Some of those games are really, really enticing. Should be a good slate of games again, and tackle will go down. It's a 5th one tonight, and a hat trick for David Tilley. BJ Loveless mentioned earlier he already had the incentive. He's going to add more insult to injury here tonight. Again, always looking out for players who are earning extra money into their progression banks, and David Tilley is going to get a nice little pay slip in the mail on Monday morning for his efforts tonight.
4 sacks on the season for him.
There you go. He had 1 in week 1. Now he's got 3 tonight. David Tilley already far ahead in the race for the sack leader in season 23, but something we've grown used to out of this Arizona defense, especially given you've got the likes of Hunter Norwood. D.D. Sachs led the league last season. Maybe David Tilley is saying, it's my turn to lead the league. 3rd down and 10 here. Chicago stopped the clock again with that completion run out of bounds. The tackle drop back. Pressure again. Hunter Norwood almost got there, but it's a throw out to the backside for Kyle Fenimore. Picks up a 1st down. That's Chicago's final timeout.
Yeah, another good effort there by Fenimore. Able to get in front of his defender there. It was a nice placement by Patak as well.
Now again, attack drops back. That one thrown out of the backfield, nowhere near Ryan Arlovsky. So now 90 seconds left for Chicago to try and avoid that unwanted third shutout of season 23. Defensive football has been at a plus this season so far. Arizona, the latest to add their name to the list of our defenses to look out for this season. Attack throw to Paulie Truth. That's his second catch of the game. Picks up 8. I'll go no huddle here. Same formation, single back triple. Pressure up the middle. Gone, no! Attack shot the first one, not the second. He'll be sacked up the middle. And another one. This time Alex Constantine gets one on the board. So all 4 linemen have got one for Arizona. It's the 6th on type attack. What an unbelievable performance from this Arizona defensive line.
That's going to be a festive defensive line room on film day this coming week. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, he's got another one.
That's
Down the
Tilly.
middle. Guess who?
Tilly and
David
Norwood.
Tilley. He's got 4.
Unbelievable.
He's doubled his first half total. It seemed to be almost undoable, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Arizona completes a shutout here on the road against the Chicago offense. They have completely silenced them tonight.
What a performance. What a performance by this Arizona Scorpions team on both sides of the ball.
Wow. Well, Arizona have stamped their claim tonight. They were just winners on week 1 against LA. LA were very strong against them, but they took the bye week. They looked at the film from the first 2 weeks. They took a moment to survey the rest of the league, and they've got it absolutely right tonight. And off the back of an impressive performance from the trio of backs that they've got in DJ Moses, Brad Jones, but especially Bismarck Wright. He has played above his means today. Poor Ashley Jackson took the knee and got absolutely smashed by the end of it. So some personal grudges held there on the last play.
Yeah, a little chippy.
Absolutely. Chicago shut out here by Eddie Gage's Arizona Scorpions. What a performance here on the road. And as mentioned, Arizona now 2-0 on the season. John Warren, break us down what we just saw.
79 total yards. Holding any SFL team to that kind of total is the mark of a good defense. I know Chicago's been struggling on offense, but that is still incredible. And that time of possession, I mean, we're talking about almost 3 times the amount that they held onto the ball. That is just an astonishing, dominant performance by Arizona. I'm looking down the line. I'm looking too far ahead. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at in chat. But by week 7, when Arizona goes on the road to face the Fort Worth Toros, we might be looking at 2 undefeated teams. This Arizona Scorpions team is impressive. I know that Likens game was too close for comfort, but I really like what Arizona's putting together. For Chicago, they've got a lot to figure out, and it starts on the offensive side of the ball. I think they can get it together. They go on the road to play Pittsburgh next week. I think that's a winnable game, but they've got to really figure out the stuff on offense. So, interesting game. I do think we've learned more about both teams, as I said we might, and I'm looking forward to see these teams again down the line.
Plenty to look at for Chicago that didn't get it right tonight. Arizona, meanwhile, flexing their muscles on the rest of the competition. They're 2-0. Again, 2 more games upcoming tonight. Don't go anywhere. 2 really good games at that for you. Once more, Indianapolis taking on the Mexico City Aztecs at 9 o'clock, and then Motor City will take on Lexington 15 minutes later. That's what you've got to look forward to tonight on SFL YouTube. We'll see you next time here. Congratulations to Arizona.